before I proceed to ask my question, I would like to make a short manifestation. In 2025, Davao Region's economy grew by 5.1%, outpacing the national GDP growth of 4.4%. Davao Region is the fifth largest regional economy in the Philippines and the fourth fastest growing out of 18 regions. This was affirmed just the other day, August 24, by no less than the Finance Secretary in Davao City. 5 of 6 Mindanao regions beat the national growth rate in 2025. In that same period, the Philippines' national infrastructure spending has fallen for 12 consecutive months through mid-2026. Gross fixed capital formation contracted 13.7% in Q2 of 2026. Public construction has stopped being a growth engine for the economy. Yet under the fiscal year 2027 NEP, the DPWH own agency budget is proposed to rise to 642 billion, a 21.3% increase, with direct infrastructure outlays rising from 396 billion to 545 billion, 37.5% increase. The department is getting bigger. The region I represent is growing faster than the country. But the district engineering office responsible for my constituents in Davao City, which covers the 3rd legislative district, has been programmed for only more or less 500 million pesos in this NEP. This is way below my district requirements. That is my manifestation, Mr. Chairman. Now to my question. Mr. Chairman, my question this afternoon is directed to the Secretary of Public Works and Highways, and if the DBM is present, this is also addressed to the DBM. I will confine my interpellation to a single item. Special provision number 10 of the DPWH 2027 NEP, page 7, volume 2, thus P, on the disposition of the motor vehicles users charge collections. My concern is not the amount, it is the presentation. And what that presentation does to a statutorily, Bisaya, manggod ko, statutorily earmarked special fund. Mr. Secretary, in the fiscal year 2026, and even in the previous years, the Special Road Fund appeared as a standalone PAP or program activity and project under the DPWH Convergence and Special Support Program entitled Special Road Fund Motor Vehicles User Charge with a peso amount of 14,833,952,000. In the fiscal year 2027 NEP, the same line item, a standalone PAP, is no longer there. The fiscal year 2026 GAA special provision was titled Special Road Fund. The fiscal year 2027 NEP special provision number 10 is now titled Disposition of the Motor Vehicles Users Charge Collection. The title of the provision was changed. And the 15 billion that used to be a standalone special road fund is now, for special provision number 10, is specifically included under the asset preservation program. So on the face of the fiscal year 2027 NEP, in the PAP schedule that this committee is being asked to approve, a legislator cannot see the special road fund as a separate line. It is invisible unless one reads special provision number 10 and knows how to look for it inside the asset preservation program. Am I correct, Mr. Secretary? And may I add just a question? Did the DPWH requested this provision or was it imposed upon you by the DBM?
Mr. Chairman, if I may, kasi tama po si Congressman Ungab, this is, I think, a special provision for this year. May I ask po our Undersecretary for Planning, with the indulgence po of our Honorable Congressman from Davao City, Undersecretary Nick Conti, to respond.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and maraming salamat po, Congressman, for that question. Tama po kayo, in the previous years, itemized po yung MBUC. But for this year, following yung amendment nga po nung Republic Act H794 by Republic Act 11239, kung saan nalimit na po yung gamit ng MBUC dito po sa construction, upgrading, repair, and rehabilitation of roads, bridges, and road drainage. So ang ginawa po dito by attribution, meaning there are projects in the asset under organizational outcome number 1 on asset preservation for construction, upgrading, repair, and rehabilitation of roads, bridges, and road drainage, which are actually attributed po, yung magiging source po, Mr. Chairman, Honorable Congressman, galing po doon sa MBUC, which are collections that should be remitted to the Treasury under a special account in the General Fund. As a matter of fact, meron naman po, Mr. Chairman, which we can furnish the committee, saan po naka-attribute yung pondo po na yon under organizational outcome number 1 to address the issue of visibility. Hindi nyo nakikita. We have and we can furnish po the committee of the list of the projects under, again, asset preservation, organizational outcome number 1, amounting to the amount which was specified by the DBM, amounting to 15 billion for the year 2027 po, Mr. Chairman, Honorable Congressman.
Let me continue my question on special provision number 10. Mr. Secretary, would you agree that the special road fund is a special fund within the meaning of Article 6, Section 29, Paragraph 3 of the Constitution, that is money collected on tax levied for a special purpose to be treated as a special fund and paid out for such purpose only? And the asset preservation program, on the other hand, is a regular
Time is
DPWH
up. Last
program
question.
funded. Your Honor, I think this is a very important question.
Yeah, please proceed, but that will be the last.
A regular DPWH program funded from the general appropriation, not from earmark revenues. So we are talking about two different kinds of fund. One that is statutorily earmarked special fund with appropriations under PD 1234. The other is an ordinary annual appropriation whose amount and scope are set by the DBM and by Congress each year. Under Republic Act 8794 as amended by RA 11239, the MBUC earmark funds cover construction, upgrading, repair, and rehabilitation of roads, bridges, and road drainage. Under fiscal year 2027, the asset preservation covers preventive maintenance and rehabilitations of roads and drainage, but bridges are in a separate PAP, the bridge program. So when the MBUC is subsumed inside asset preservation, part of the statutory scope, the earmark bridges, is no longer within the PAP that carries the MBUC amount. Is that not a narrowing of the operative use of the statutory earmark? So diretsuhin ko na lang, tapusin ko na lang yung question ko. Now, special provision number 10 requires the DPWH to disaggregate the asset preservation program and submit to Congress the list of regular versus MBUC funded asset preservation project within 15 days from the effectivity of the GAA. That report is submitted after the GAA is approved and takes effect. It cannot inform this committee's deliberations on the 2027 appropriation because it does not yet exist when we vote. Instead, the special road fund were carried away as a separate PAP line on the face of the enacted GAA as it was in the 2024, 2025, and 2026. Then the 15 billion MBUC amount would be visible to this committee. At that time, the amount would be visible to the committee at the time of enactment and of course during deliberation. And the 15-day post-effectivity disaggregation would not be necessary at all because the fund would already be separately visible in the GAA. Have we retained the previous standalone PAP for special road fund? So the 15-day disaggregation, again, And the 15-day post-effectivity disaggregation report would not necessarily at all, because would be already simply visible in the GAD. That is, if we follow the same 2026 and previous years. So the 15-day disaggregation requirement in a special provision number 10, in effect, is a workaround for a problem later on. It's self-creating by removing the standalone PAP. Let me emphasize that post-enactment project identification has already been struck down by the Supreme Court.
Last 10 seconds.
Lastly, Mr. Chairman,
Proceed.
I would like
10
to
seconds.
inform the Honorable Secretary and this body that there is a pending case right now being heard in the Supreme Court challenging the constitutionality of the, number one, unprogrammed funds, automatic appropriations, earmark funds, such as the SAGF, SAGF, special accounts in the general fund, and the UIGF, use of income in the general fund, which includes the special road fund. And the Supreme Court has already heard oral arguments 5 times. So, I think everybody of us here knows that there are several cases already ruled that a General Appropriations Act, which is a general law, cannot amend a special law, which is the MBUC and its amended version. So your reply.
Thank you, Honorable Ongap. We
Yep.
will give
Very
the
quick
floor to
lang
the
po, no?
Secretary for comment.
Ito po yung paliwanag. I think under RA 11239, which was passed in 2019, the amended law on the MVUC limited the use of the fund solely for, and I will quote, the construction, upgrading, repair, and rehabilitation of roads, bridges, and road drainage. Tinanggal na po, nung unang po kasi bago i-amend, pwede po dyan yung mga safety, yung lighting, yung cat's eye. So I think, ang ginawa po ng DPWH, since ang batas, sinabi na po, it's earmarked solely for the construction, upgrading, repair, and rehabilitation of roads, bridges, and road drainage, pinasok na po ng DPWH yung MVUC proceeds, in this case for 2027, in the amount of 15 billion from the as identified by the DBM sa 001 outcome under asset preservation. Dahil nga po hindi na po pwede yung ibang mga dating nagagamit ito. However, it's important po to note also that hindi naman po ito lump sum. These are all detailed and itemized projects under the submitted National Expenditure Program, of which we can submit naman po to the committee, which is actually already in the NEP. Yun po ang paliwanag sa akin ng ating mga planning lawyers, Mr. Chairman.
Last,
Thank you,
Mr.
Secretary.
Chairman.
Thank you,
This is important.
Secretary.
Last, Mr.
That's
Chairman. Only
enough,
one. I lost my copy of the 2023 GAA. And almost analogous, if you could remember, the MVUC was included. You know, I was still part of the majority in 2023. That's why I remember this. It was included in the Asset Preservation Program. And remember that it was noted in the veto message that it was allowed for that particular year and will not be allowed anymore in the succeeding years. That is your assignment. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Ongap.
Thank you for pointing it
Yes, sir.
out po, Honorable Sid.
We will now proceed to the next interpellator from the minority. Before I will call the next interpellator, I'd like to remind the members of the committee to please limit to 5 minutes. Otherwise, we cannot finish this in up to 12 o'clock. There are more than 50 more interpellators in the list. So I'd like to request Honorable Sara Elago.
Thank you, Mr.